Chelsea had to come back from a goal down to win against Fulham, and that was a spectacular goal by Neto. And then kudos to the young man George, whom I believe should be starting more games for Chelsea already. He came in, scored, and then rallied around, chased down defenders, and then at the end of the day, Chelsea got a win. A win that I think probably maybe they didn't deserve it as much as the manager will make it seem. But from a Chelsea fan perspective, I think that was a good result. At least it has put Chelsea in 5th place, pending where Nottingham Forest will play their game. Now, I've been saying this for God knows when now. Maresca has put Chelsea in this difficult position to go into games feeling pressured when he had the opportunity to win and extend the lead against teams like, Manchester City, Aston Villa and all these teams, when he had the opportunity against Brentford, against Ipswich. He threw away 4 important points. Now Chelsea will have to face some of these teams that are already, bigger than Chelsea, are doing better than Chelsea as it stands. But I think Chelsea deserve to play in the Champions League, especially the way they performed at the beginning of the season. But even though they qualify for the Champions League, in my opinion, I don't see Maresca going anywhere with this team. I don't think he has the management skills or the tactical acumen to actually propel Chelsea forward, because his team selection is questionable and the body language of most of his players is even questionable. For instance, now, when you are playing on a wing, especially Madueke for instance, when Neto is making a run towards the box on the other side of the pitch, it is expected that the winger will leave the wing, run into the box in hopes that anything that passes, the cross that passes that beats the defense line is going to meet him on the other side. But no, the defense is still on the wing. And then Chelsea lacks a lot of things. They don't have wingers that are good enough to take on the defenders in a 1v1 situation, or players that can draw at least 2 or 3 players to themselves, allowing the others to perform or to play. So Maresca, if whatever happens to this season is down to Maresca. Palmer looks a shadow of himself. All the players are looking out of form, out of touch, and it is annoying, knowing fully well that Chelsea were comfortably in 2nd place, 12 points with a game in hand over Manchester City, and now Chelsea have to go into matches hoping that they win. So it's all good. At least Chelsea can say, okay, they went to Fulham and then they won, and that too is a plus, especially now that the top 4 race is sitting up. So let's take this one and move forward. But Maresca needs to do more. I don't think the players are playing at the level they should be playing. Cucurella is one of those players that shows a lot of desire, and then you have Caicedo and a few other players. But majority of the players, they play like they are not interested. They don't want to play. They don't trust the manager again. They don't trust his tactical decisions and all those things. And it's affecting the team. It's affecting the fans. Now, if Maresca wants to make it, then he needs to be doing more. He needs to find a way to get these players to want to perform for him and to want to perform for the badge. And for the management, I think Chelsea will have to go into the market again, because we are lacking in so many positions. We just need a world-class goalkeeper. If they are going to settle for what they have, then they have to bring Petrovic back from Strasbourg. I think Andre Santos should be called back. Chelsea need at least wingers that can, do something extraordinary. So if Estavo comes to Chelsea and he continues with the form that he was playing, in Brazil Serie A, then obviously that position is solved. They need a clinical finisher, one that has a different skill set from Jackson, like maybe an Osimhen profile, one that aerially is good. Because if you watch Chelsea in a game, they put in a lot of crosses, knowing fully well that there's no physical presence there to dominate, to attack these crosses, but they keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. So maybe Chelsea can as well start scouting for a new manager, because I don't trust Maresca to take this team anywhere. I don't see him doing that. I don't see him improving Chelsea. And if Chelsea gets to play in the Champions League, then the pressure is going to be even bigger or much as compared to this season. So for a manager to want to throw away a chance of finishing in the top 5 because he's playing in the Conference League should tell the management that this man does not have what it takes, the mentality to be at a club like Chelsea. And he has done well in some instances, especially at the beginning of the season, but I don't think that is good enough for him to continue at Chelsea next season. And it's high time Chelsea stopped giving these managers these lengthy contracts of 9 years, 8 years. Maresca, for me, is not that coach yet. He doesn't have that fighting spirit. He doesn't have that hunger. You understand? And then he lacks, a bit of game management. You understand? He's a manager for a team that is not participating in so many competitions, a team that is not very ambitious. So kudos to the Chelsea players, the ones that turned up today, to make it count. So Chelsea going home with 3 points is a big plus for them, especially now that the top 4 race is heating up.